like him.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'd specifically.
Looks like we kicked him with fire.
Yeah, rooting around in a
Roasted
some
tips.
weenies.
In
Yeah.
your case, that would be very appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been.
Okay.
I, on the other hand, am gonna go take a peek.
I know, right? Look at
6 o'clock on the dot.
Oh, I turned my phone on.
Her hat is so cute.
I love her.
Christina, I can get her something.
And Deborah, this is Jane. Jane's the officiant.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah.
You met, right? Okay. Of course.
Alright.
Just briefly. Thank you.
Okay, back.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
Like in your wedding when it was the sun was shining down on us and I hid behind the pillar for some shade and that was my face was the only person in the shade for all the photos. It's like a big pillar I was just in the shade.
Madeline, what's this? Madeline?
Your wedding was fun. I had a hoot Michael at your wedding.
The best part was the bonus Elvis impersonations.
Take home all of the credit, of course.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys.
The dad
Okay, you
jokes
tell
never
me.
retire.
Go for the beach. Fully seated yet, but I feel like once you get up there,
Oh yeah.
just do like a little quick,
Ties
like,
and flies check.
Are we doing
Totally. And I have to
It's double
make
button.
the announcements, so
that's usually like a call.
And we're good. Daryl's paid his worth right there. That's
Anything in pockets you want to phones are on silent. Yeah, I know you girls are good, but like I can check over there, but just making sure none here. Phones off, sunglasses off, flies up.
Flies are up.
Cool. And I'll get you guys in your order as well, okay? Hey, Shauna. Okay, you guys. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna hang up, okay? Or keep you online.
Little goslings over there. Little guys.
The thing is that you had to drive all over Vancouver.
oh no, we're fine. It's like 6
Which ones?
minutes
Oh.
later. It's fine.
Oh, nice. I thought it was something on the ground.
And then obviously you guys know, but I will I'm gonna cue you from here, so just don't go until I give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, don't follow me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna see if Christina's good. I feel like I could probably.
Do you want me to go ask them?
You know what? We can probably just.
I'll just do a walk around, and if they all say yes, I'll start them.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Sarah did. Shaun agreed to.
Take credit for some of it.
I can't.
You're married.
Yeah, true. There you go. Yeah.
Cassie, are you ready for me
Yeah.
to start the announcements? Okay, and you're ready?
And we're live.
Okay.
So they start February.
It's so hot. So hot.
Christy, are you good?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Christina was worried about that. Oh, she'll be fine. She's looking for Nana.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm assuming the back row can hear me just fine, but it's not too loud. Is it too loud? Okay. My name's Jane, and I have the privilege of officiating Sarah and Shaun's wedding this afternoon. And I don't know about you, but I'm very excited to be outside with people besides my family. And what a reason to celebrate.
You're welcome.
I have two quick announcements before we begin. And the first one is I just want to remind everyone if you can make sure your cell phones are turned off. And then just during the ceremony, be mindful of them, kind of keep them out of the aisle. We have videographers, photographer, ready to capture everything. So we invite your presence for the ceremony. And when the ceremony is over, immediate family and photos will be here, and the wedding party photos will be here, and everyone else is invited to explore the gardens and then meet at the beach at your reception. All right, now, there's no little tiny babies here for us to scare, but there's a little bit of nervous group of people back there. So I want them to know you're ready. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and I'd like a loud response. Are you all ready for this? Yeah! Woohoo!
Yeah, okay.
Let's begin.
I can't see their glasses. It's okay?
Heartbeats, fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow.
Everybody else just concentrate on
Thanks.
I've died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still.
Thanks, my friend.
Who she is.
Michael Eady.
Congrats, you made it.
We did it, my friend.
I've died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your
Please rise.
Chills down my spine. You're like falling leaves in an autumn night. You're the lullaby that's singing me to sleep. You are the other half. You're like a missing piece. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. You don't know what you do to me. You are all four seasons roll into one. You're like the cold December snow in the warm July sun. I'm the jet black sky that's just before the rain, like the mighty current pulling you under the wave.
Well done, guys.
Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love.
Dave,
You don't
thank you.
know what you do.
Oh, no way you're getting away with just a handshake.
Just take one step that way.
Thank you. You may all be seated.
And then one step closer to Shaun.
On behalf of Sarah, Shaun, and their families, I want to welcome everyone here today and begin by acknowledging with gratitude that we are gathered here on the unceded territory of the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh Nation. We all made it. Sarah and Shaun, you have made it through all the friends and family of Sarah and Shaun have been invited because you all mean the very most to them. And you're here because the love of Sarah and Shaun has gathered us here together, both in person and online. What a reason to be together. And your presence here and in their lives when they're not this dressed up is incredibly important to them. So thank you for being here today. And Sarah and Shaun, I want to welcome you two personally to your wedding. All the planning, plan A, B, C, D, they're all complete. The wedding clothes are on, the picnic has been planned, the day has arrived. And when so much goes into a day like today, it can go by fast. So I want to invite you both to take a deep breath, take a look at each other, and ground yourself in this moment. Now, speaking of all those favorite friends and family, near and far, I want to give you a quick moment to turn around, have a look, see who's here, both here, and online, to support you today. Now, before I say anything else, I have an important question to ask the both of you. Sarah. Oh. We have important things to do. Do you, Sarah, offer yourself wholly and joyfully? And do you choose Shaun as the person with whom you will share your life in laughter and in tears, in conflict and in peace, loving what you know of him and trusting what you do not know yet? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
And do you, Shaun, offer yourself wholly and joyfully? And do you choose Sarah as the person with whom you will share your life in laughter and in tears, in conflict and in peace, loving what you know of her and trusting what you do not know yet? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Now, Shaun and Sarah have chosen an Apache marriage reading, so hear these words on your wedding day. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be the shelter for each other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be the warmth for the other. Now you are two persons, but there is only one life before. Go now to your dwelling place to enter into the days of your life together, and may your days be good and long upon the earth. Treat yourselves and each other with respect, and remind yourselves often of what brought you together. Give the highest priority to tenderness, gentleness, and kindness that your connection deserves. And when frustration, difficulty, and fear assail your relationship as they threaten all relationships at one time or another, remember to focus on what is right between you, not only the part which seems wrong. In this way, you can ride out the storms when clouds hide the face of the sun in your lives, remembering that even if you lose sight of it for a moment, the sun is still there. And if each of you takes responsibility for the quality of your life together, it will be marked by abundance and delight. Now, as I was learning about Sarah and Shaun's love story, I just kept picturing Sarah standing with her arms wide open and Shaun literally moving closer and closer to her. They met in Prince George when they were in the same classes together in undergrad, and they would chat between classes, see each other in the cafeteria, and eventually Shaun decided he would ask Sarah out on a proper date, despite the fact this made him incredibly nervous. Sarah gladly accepted his invitation to go out for sushi, and Shaun's nervousness unfortunately didn't end at the beginning of the date. In fact, even though he was having a great time, he made up an excuse to end the date early because he couldn't handle how anxious he felt. He needed a little time to regroup and recoup. But luckily, he got the courage up to ask for a second date and a third. And they managed to do 4 years of long distance until Shaun started his job as a nurse and joined Sarah, who was starting residency at BC Children's in Vancouver. They did it from Prince George to Victoria to Maple Ridge to Vancouver. Together they got their first apartment and began their careers in the same city. They knew that despite the long distance, their relationship was one that was long-lasting and worth the effort to endure the phone calls and train and boat rides and plane rides. And they ended up together in Vancouver. Shaun began to dream about how he would propose. And he said, despite the fact that it took forever, I did have a plan. Shaun took Sarah back to Bear Mountain on Vancouver Island, where they first said, I love you to one another. And then there was just one major, huge global pandemic in the way until today. Now, Sarah, when I asked Shaun what he loved about you and why he was excited to marry you, he began by acknowledging how hardworking and smart you are, and he listed off all these accomplishments, but it was very evident that it wasn't the accomplishments that he was in awe of, but that he admired you for your hard work and he loved you so much. And he talked about how dedicated and caring you are towards everyone you know. He told me how you can still focus on your life with him despite having a really hard day at work. He thinks you're the best person he knows and loves how you not only push him forward, but cheer him along the way. And Shaun, of course, I also asked Sarah what she loves about you and why she's excited to be standing here with you today. And she also talked about how hardworking you were, but she quickly moved to how dedicated and unwavering you are, especially in your love for her. She loves how you are her biggest cheerleader, how you can make her laugh even at the hardest of times. And you remind her what is important in life, being patient, kind, and adventurous along the way. And now here we are, 9 long years later, ready to set your relationship apart from all others. You will still share a career in medicine. You will still be adventure partners, hiking, cycling, even snowboarding. You'll still be friends and lovers and each other's biggest support, but you will now be husband and wife. And you're here today because you believe life is better together. Marriage is about choosing someone every day, and some days it'll be easier than others. It's about putting your partner first and knowing some days you won't have much to give. Other days it's about learning that it's okay to be taken care of, especially for two of you and your careers. It's a push and a pull, full of laughter, love, joy, and sorrow. But just as you have been doing, you will do this all now together as a married couple. And now it's time to do what we came here to do. But before you take out the vows, Shaun, I want to give you one more moment to look at each other and remember that first day you met. And the first time you thought, I think I've met the one. This is the moment of today that I want you to remember forever. Now, Shaun, you are holding the vows, so I'll invite you to get those out and hand Sarah hers. And then I'm going to take a step to the side, and you've been elected to go first.
There we go.
Take your time.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming and joining us here today. So, Sarah, we've been together through so many stages, and it feels like there's just so many more to come. It feels like forever we were just kids when we first met. We did that pub crawl, we did the sushi date, and I made up the excuse to help Daryl with an essay, and I bailed on our date because I couldn't hold the sushi in my chopsticks. We sat in class and drew pictures on the iPad together and laughed at our funny doodles. We met between class, had short little snack breaks, ate burritos in the cafeteria. But before we first met, I really knew that I wanted to work for something, but I just didn't know who I wanted to work for yet. I was really missing that spark, and it wasn't until Mike wore that faded t-shirt to class that that spark came into my life. When I first met you, I really felt that I had someone I could make proud. You were smart, beautiful, fun. I was scared to death of you, but in such a good way. I finally felt that I maybe had met my partner that I could follow through life with. So, whirlwind, you were valedictorian, off to med school, and I said, oh boy, I really have to keep up. So, if it weren't for you, I don't know where I would be in life, and I know I wouldn't be anywhere where I am right now. So, it took years, like Jane said, we were far apart. It took a lot of work, but it was really, really worth it in the end. Being able to just text you, talk to you at the end of the day, just made it all really worth it for me. And here we are now. We're started on our careers. We've got that puppy that we've waited years and years for. Thanks, Dave. We're living in a beautiful neighborhood, and it's only going to get better from here on out. So with all that in mind, I promise to keep working hard every single day on the big things, on the little things, everything in between. Keep cooking your meal first, even though you insist on waiting for me so it gets cold until we can eat together. To get you that big sectional couch so that we can all fit together and the dog won't take it all up. But most importantly, to work on being a good partner, someone you're excited and happy to spend the rest of your life with. We always told each other that we make a good team, and I promise to try to be the best teammate that you could hope for through the thick and through the thin. So thank you for being that spark that I can follow.
Okay. Hard act to follow. Okay. Shaun, I can't believe the day is finally here. After waiting literally so long. And yet, I can still remember the first time I saw you so clearly. I was waiting for the elevator at the Teaching and Learning building at UNBC. And I looked over and thought, he's cute. I haven't seen him before. Little did I know you would turn out to be much more than just cute. I didn't know then that you were caring, loyal, creative, and determined, and that you'll do just about anything for those you love. It didn't take long, though, to know that you were someone special. About 6 months into our relationship, you volunteered to take care of Paul when my mom and I drove a U-Haul from Prince George to Vancouver for my big move to start med school. Not many 23-year-old guys would sign up for that job, and that was even before you were a nurse. Since then, we've made many memories together. Some of my favorites have been road trips, blasting our favorite tunes. I think you're pretty much the only person I can shuffle my music and you can just hear it all from Beyonce to old Screamo. Also vacationing in Mexico and Disneyland, lots of walks, watching cute animal videos when we're both brain dead after a night shift. And then, as you said, bringing home our own puppy after literally years of talking about it. There's certainly been hard times too. I was thinking it's funny timing that we met and started dating just as I got accepted to med school and planned to move to Vancouver. And now here we are, 8 years down the road, finally getting married as I finish up my training. I can honestly say, I don't think I would have made it through without you. You've been there to celebrate my accomplishments and cheer me on, but also to cheer me up on the bad days. And there's been a few. Whether it was preparing a snack or making Sour Patch Kids appear when I was hangry, making me lay down on the couch and wrapping me in a blankie when I was exhausted, or holding me quietly when I cried. You always knew how to provide the comfort that I needed. It's not easy for me to be vulnerable in front of people, but you were a safe place that I could land. You accept me as I am, even if that means a study bun with a nightie on top of pajama pants and fuzzy socks. As we look forward to our future, I know we'll have many good days and tough ones too. I hope I can be that comfort for you on your hardest days, as you have been for me. You have gone out of your way for me time and time again, so thank goodness I have the rest of our lives to pay you back. We've grown so much in that time, and I can't wait to continue to grow with you in the next phase of marriage. I can't wait to build off the foundations our families have given us as we start our own family, and I know you're going to be such a great dad. I'm so proud to know that our children will have a father that loves and respects their mother, is always there for them on good days and bad days, and loves them unconditionally, supports them in trying new things, even if those things make mom nervous, like mountain biking. So here's to a lifetime of hugs and snacks in the kitchen after a long day, to never going to bed angry, because you know I can't sleep till I get it off my chest anyway, and always waking up morning or post nights as happy to see each other as we will tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll keep that. Just in case.
Now, as many couples do, Sarah and Shaun have chosen rings as a symbol of these beautiful vows. And Mike, could you please deliver the rings?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, the most important thing about these beautiful wedding rings is that you will wear them from this day forward to remind yourselves and everyone around you of the commitment that you've made here today. So Sarah, I'll invite you to take Shaun's hand. Sarah, do you give this ring to Shaun as a symbol of your marriage vows and with the intention to love and honor him forever? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Perfect. And now, Shaun, you'll take Sarah's hand. Shaun, do you give this ring to Sarah as a symbol of your marriage vows and with the intention to love and honor her forever? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Go ahead. Perfect. Now, we have all seen and heard your sincere intent to love and honor each other for the rest of your lives. You've made a covenant here in our presence, one that has been sealed by the sharing of vows and symbolized by the exchange of rings. And having witnessed these things, it is my great joy to pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. And now we're going to take a quick moment to sign the wedding license, and we'll be back. Mike, can I just get you to hold that?
Yeah.
Just while I point. Excellent. Okay. Ooh, it's very bright right here. Yeah. Oh, oops. Okay, the goal is for this not to blow away.
Yeah.
Keep it pinned down.
Yeah. Okay, so Shaun, you're gonna sign this X right here. And then also right here. And then Sarah, you can do this one first if you want.
Good pen choice.
I'll do my good signature.
I'm a professional. And then right here. Awesome. Okay, and then Kate, if you can get in here, you're gonna sign
Thanks.
here and then print right across.
I figured.
Held it together. Well done. Great.
Barely.
My name, sorry?
Yeah, print your name.
It's always the girl's speech, isn't it? When they start
I know.
crying, there's no way of getting around it.
I'm really exhausted.
And then,
like a
sorry,
crap.
one more place.
Yeah.
If you could just sign here.
Yes.
If you just sign, I'll print your name
No,
later.
that's okay. I can do it. I just got an ugly signature. That's too bad.
There we go. Okay, and then Mike, I'll come around to you. It's on. Okay, so you're gonna sign here and then print.
Do you have any more speech parts before they go? Or
Yeah, the final line.
yeah, just like you're pronouncing
One
it?
sentence. One sentence.
Can I take the mic back then? Because I'll get it. I'll get it otherwise.
This one?
Or like if you're doing a longer. Yeah, that one's good.
Always for confirmation.
I'm gonna give it to
Name
the
on the
parents
wrong
'cause
line
they're doing
and,
a speech.
There's 3 different
I
speeches.
think we have to do.
That's why I want the extra mic. Thank you.
Yes.
Yours was good too. You kept it together pretty good.
Yeah. When you got going.
Thank you.
Hard to resist.
Okay, so
Both did
now,
really well.
I'll take that. So now, you two will head back with your book. No, you're staying here.
Yeah,
You
we're
two will
going.
head back, and then I'm going to introduce the parents. Okay. I'm like, I'm out of my rhythm.
I
No,
know.
you stay there.
Stay here?
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you.
We're gonna listen to this.
Oh,
speech.
Want some whiskey?
No. Was it all you waited for?
The wedding?
The whiskey?
Smooth. Jason and Ted?
But no?
Quite a bit this morning.
Were you nervous?
Okay, everybody. We have one more component of the ceremony, which is a few speeches from the parents. So find your seats, and we will get started here in a moment. Sandra, you are up first, so I will hand you the mic.
Thank you. Well, welcome friends and family, and thank you so much for attending this special wedding day in this beautiful park on such a gorgeous day, and with this wonderful garden that Sarah and Shaun feel captures and reflects the depths of their love because it's fresh, alive, thriving, happy, and a beautiful place. They've visited here in the summer and at Christmas with Santa and Mrs. Santa, and they have lived here in this neighborhood for a long time. Thank you to those of you taking time to share in this celebration, joining us on the live feed. And to those of you here with us today, congratulations to all of you. You made the cut. The COVID cut, that is. Sarah and Shaun, today is the first official day of the rest of your lives together. Sarah, I can't wait to see your lives together unfold. It's going to be as spectacular as this location. Sarah, we've dreamed of this day, your wedding, for a long time. From watching Sweet 16 shows and dreaming about fancy cars picking her up, parents who gave their cars, kids cars like Mercedes, things like that, to grade 7 grad, high school grad, university grads. I told her there was no fellowship, no nothing. And all the way until today. Shaun, Sarah, and I love weddings. And it's because weddings are about love, connections, friends, and family. And celebrations with the people who are most important in our lives. Sarah, you have danced with passion and zeal, giggles, and joy most of the days of your life. You sing like an angel, so much so that grandmothers at your concerts would come to me afterwards and tell me they could listen to your voice all day long. It was so pure. You've grown into a magnificent woman, developing strength, resilience, wit, and wisdom. You walk and you speak with confidence. You work with confidence in the direction you follow all of your dreams. You are the best thing I've ever accomplished. You've become so much more than my daughter. You are a woman I'm honored to know. And it has been my greatest pleasure raising you. You are also my legacy, my masterpiece. You are and will always be the other half of my heart, with legs and arms of your own and your own mind. You are my love, my joy, and best of all, you're my friend. And yours and Shaun's promises today to each other, they lit a new light in my heart, and the start of a fire and vision for your lives together. The fire so bright that it will serve as a beacon to guide you both back to one another always. When the two of you stumble over the weeds in the garden of life, always turn towards one another, never away. Couples who turn toward one another always stay together, whether the stumble's a big one or a trauma, just the way you did with COVID. So Sarah and Shaun, don't ever go to bed mad. Tell yourselves you'll wake up or make up for today. Because you can wake up and be mad and hurt tomorrow if you want to. That's your right. But if you go to bed with peace and happiness and forgiveness, chances are you'll wake up feeling better in your hearts in the morning. And hug. Hug each other every day, no matter what. And something I picked up and learned this year doing work with couples, kiss for at least 6 seconds every single day. The research shows that couples that kiss 6 seconds, all of you, every day, stay together. And that's John Gottman, who lives in North Vancouver, and he's the guru of couples work in North America. I can provide references later if anyone needs. So, everyone, in a minute, let's say cheers to the bride. I can't do it with champagne here at Van Dusen. But as the evening unfolds, let's all cheers the bride and groom tonight and dance like fools on the beach, music or not. We can all use a little joy about now. I just want to say that I knew Shaun was the one for my girl when he came skipping up the stairs in my home. And I looked and I thought, who is that? Sarah declared as though I should know, "This is Shaun." And then Shaun said, "I brought birthday party tea."
I knew it was.
And I was like, oh my God, he's a good boy. Why did he show up 2 months before she was leaving town? Like Sarah said, she had been accepted. And I thought, oh, the timing couldn't be worse. However, it was good timing. And you know, when she got into med school, Shaun phoned and said, "I'm coming over." And Sarah said, "Okay, why?" And he said, "I don't know, I'll be there soon." And it's been like that ever since. So please join me in whooping, cheering, whistling, as I say "hear, hear" to the bride, for both my husband Paul and I, who are so proud of the woman our Sarah has become. Hear, hear. Thank you.
Check. Congratulations. Just a few off-the-cuff comments to begin with. Now I understand the whole concept around Bear Mountain. The name of the puppy is actually Bear. So
We just realized that
Just-
yeah,
during the speech.
that's very apt. Yeah, what a day, what a day. Please take a moment to congratulate all of you. Friends, family, the bridal party, looking fantastic. A great group, and as was previously said, you made the cut here, and we're so pleased and so happy that you could be here on this momentous day. My theme for today is gratitude. I've had many things in my life to be thankful and joyful about, but none more so than my daughter, Sarah. I just experienced my greatest joy in life, walking her down the aisle. That's what every dad dreams of. In Arabic, Sarah means joy, delight. In Hebrew, it means woman of high rank, often simply referred to as princess. And believe me, if you knew Sarah as a youngster, she was a princess like no other. She loved Ariel, and I swear that's where she got her voice from. She's been living up to her name ever since birth. She came into this world December 12th, a little bit late, but it was worth the wait. It may have been a foreboding of her future, or perhaps just an impulse on my part. But right after I was given her to hold by the nurse, I walked right out of the room, out into the hall, and started introducing Sarah to all the healthcare professionals nearby. This is my daughter, Sarah. She's incredible. I was so grateful to have such a daughter. Our home became Sarah Central, and she was cherished like no other. Sarah was an early talker, and it hasn't stopped. She actually started talking just over 8 months, and I remember taking her to Safeway on Pembina Highway in Winnipeg, and I'd strap her into the shopping cart, and she'd start saying, "Hi, hi, hi," to everybody that walked by in Safeway, and they're going, "How old is she?" I go, "Yeah, I don't know. She just wants to communicate." Another true story. One day I was staying home, I worked half-time, so I was looking after Sarah, and we had the neighbor's boy, Matthew. And I had to go get ready because I was working in the afternoons, and Matthew was there, and it was right before Christmas. And Matthew was a busy boy. And I left the two of them in the living room, and I just went back to, I think, just quickly change into my gym gear, because that's what I was doing. And I came back. Sarah goes, Dad, come out. And Matthew had somehow got himself where the tree used to be. And he was looking up from the tree with literally lights and decorations going, hee, 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 hee. The tree was flat on the ground. As I said, she was a princess. We went to Disneyland often. I became a Disneyland dad. We would line up for hours and greet all the princesses and get their autographs. Didn't matter who it was, even the least known. And Sarah was a trooper at Disneyland. She knew it would be a lot of walking. It would be 2 to 3 days, 10 to 15 hours on our feet, going from ride to ride to ride to autograph session, and she did it. Time spent with Dad was a lot of busyness and trips back to Manitoba. I did try to sincerely play Barbies on numerous occasions. As a 9-year-old, she helped plan a wonderful 40th birthday party for myself, almost single-handedly. The reason I'm relaying these stories is it tells what a compassionate person inside Sarah is. Things changed radically in 2002 when she kind of very quickly gained a brother and a sister. She gushed privately, that's what she always wanted, a sister. And you too, Nate. A bigger family with a big sister, Christina, and bunk beds. Having a brother was okay too, as Nate did his very best to impress with boy tricks. Enough said. Trips to Disneyland did continue, and I remember one famous time we had the Goth sisters. Now, why did I do that to my hair? Well, I'm no hair expert, but they both had dyed black hair. We continued to do family trips back to Westdock Lake, and most of the time trying to find out how many dogs, kids, adults, luggage we could stuff into a 2002 Chevrolet Tracker. Nathan is still missing a pillow. Christina came up to Prince George for Sarah's grad, as did Nathan also on another occasion, to see how Sarah lived. Random thing about Sarah, she gives incredibly considerate, meaningful, and thoughtful presents. She always puts so much time and effort into it. Special socks for your special walk. The best gifts. I remember talking to Sarah about her peer difficulties in grade 7, and she was just finding it a little bit tough at school. And I said, Sarah, you know, just wait. Wait till next year. It's a whole new ocean out there. You'll go to high school and you'll get to choose your new friends. And later on, university, you get to choose. You're not stuck with those same kids from the same class day after day. As you can see tonight, she's had no problem making friends. No need to say Sarah loves animals. And on one occasion, she even got me to adopt a cat, which, if you know me, I'm not a big cat lover. We had a black cat temporarily called Zip. As Shaun can attest, she loves dogs, and the proof is Bear. Our family's lives changed forever on May 22nd, 2005 with the birth of Alexa. Christina and Sarah and Nate were actually all there to witness the birth. The impact of that event was transformative for Sarah, as shortly after she declared that she was to become a doctor when she grew up, and she has. She shared with me the tale of her high school guidance counselor trying to work through those attribution tests, and surprise, surprise, she came out high on kindergarten teacher or pediatrician. She made the right choice. Deborah, a number of years back, asked Sarah, when she was still at UNBC in biomedical studies, hey, is there any boys up at UNBC? She gushed, well, there's a boy in my study group, but she wasn't sure if he was interested in her, and I guess we know how that went. Sarah is a kind, compassionate daughter with a zest for life. Shaun, she loves to travel, so gear up. As you guys know, when you had to share a Disneyland hotel room with us on one trip, I often joke with her that I'll look after her place in Maui, as most Manitoba doctors tell me that's the first thing they get while she's not there. Shaun, you have so many admirable qualities. You'll be a welcome addition to the pack. I'm so thankful that you've entered our family. Sarah, I'm so proud of you in so many ways, and you're absolutely radiant today. And it's not just the sun. Shaun, you're a worthy son-in-law, and I wish both of you all the best as a couple. Always remember to forget the things that make you sad, but never forget to remember the things that make you glad. Always remember to forget the friends that proved untrue, but never forget to those who've been stuck by you. Always remember to forget the troubles that passed away, but never forget to remember the blessings that come each day. And I'm going to close with a Celtic blessing. May the raindrops fall lightly on your brow. May the soft winds freshen your spirit. May the sunshine brighten your heart. May the burdens of the day rest lightly upon you, and may God enfold you in the mantle of his love. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. Until we meet again, my friends, may God hold you in the hollow palm of his hand. Bless you. I was going to do a whole joke series, but one joke I did want to say, everybody's talked about not going to sleep upset. Lucille Ball has a different take on that. She says, don't go to sleep upset, fight.
I'll introduce you. Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, welcome everyone. For those that don't know our family, my name is Ted Pigeon. This is my wife Tracy, and we're here with our daughter Riley. So thank you very much for coming today. We know this has been a long time coming for all of us, and it feels amazing to be together as a family finally. So thank you for all coming.
Growing up, Shaun was an incredibly thoughtful little guy who read books way above his age level and asked questions that we sometimes had a lot of trouble answering. I remember Shaun asking me at about age 10, "Mom, at what age will I be mature?" And I really struggled to explain the concept of maturity, and that it didn't happen at a certain age, but it came from experience and it came from wisdom. But Shaun, he wanted a specific number, and he decided that 16 was that number.
Now, I'm not sure if Shaun achieved maturity at age 16. I'd have to ask the groomsmen if that happened or not. No. But I know he definitely achieved maturity at the age of 23. That is when he met an intelligent, accomplished, beautiful young lady in the health sciences class at UNBC. Her name was Sarah. And Shaun was wise enough to recognize she was the one for him, and smitten enough to never let her get away.
Sarah, we are so thankful that you met Shaun, because you make him happy and you bring out the very best in each other.
Now, if we could give you a little bit of marital advice to assist you in your journey, please always put your marriage first. It is important to be individuals and to have personal goals and achievements, but if you want a successful marriage, you need to make sure that as a couple, that is your top priority.
And everyone here today, we ask for your help in the years ahead to support Shaun and Sarah in their marriage. And help them in any way you can to make it a long, joyful, and successful one.
So Sarah, we've provided you with a small little gift to welcome you to the family. If you'd like to open it now.
And it says Princess Juniper on the front. We didn't know her name meant Princess.
Yes, that made the rounds. Other people know about it.
Are you all done with your speech? Awesome, they're done.
Okay.
Shaun and Sarah, I'll invite you back to the front, as well as the wedding party. Friends and family, please welcome with me for the very first time as husband and wife, Sarah and Shaun.
Wish I